So this week we hit a 60K run week in my business, and it honestly took just 3 days and one lazy video, and I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't know this before. And so I'm putting this together as fast as possible so I can share with you everything that worked, because I've spent the last many years working with some of the best coaches and thought leaders, and I didn't have this figured out for myself until now, because this is the magic that happens when you have your offer and your messaging dialed in, and it's aligned with everything that your audience wants. The sad part is that it took me 4 years and a lot of trial and error and money to get here. All right, so nothing fancy here. I truly just brain dumped all of this. This isn't even a title doc. These are just my notes, no fancy teleprompter or anything like that here. Just want to get this to you as fast as possible. So for transparency, where I was before, I had a $17.99 USD retainer offer before. Clients were just paying me per month, and I was struggling to sell to people. I was getting some word of mouth and referrals, and they would come to me and just say, yes, okay, here, take my money. But it wasn't like I was like selling or actually converting people. I was basically just taking referrals, taking people who already knew they wanted to work with me. And that was getting frustrating because that's not predictable. And yes, I can manifest, and yes, it's so fun when they magically appear, but I knew I wanted more consistency. So I went ahead and I made bold decisions to join a 20K mastermind, and that taught me how to grow my team. So I wasn't just the coach, the writer, the service provider, the consultant, but I was starting to get more experts, and so that I could win back time and energy to be a better salesperson, to focus on income producing activities. But I was still struggling to get new clients. Even as I grew my team and we were giving our clients better and better service, I was still struggling to get new clients. Again, the ones that I had for years, they were great. They were sending referrals. They were paying every month. It was just this like nice base of consistency. But when I thought about scaling, when I thought about getting out of my existing network, or really the network that I had already run through, and they were all working with me if they were an ideal client or they had worked with me, I knew I needed more. So I even paid to play writing for publications like Brains. I wanted even another mastermind or a mentor or an agency. I spent months getting into all these other gurus' funnels, sitting on sales calls with them, asking them like, hey, will you help me with where my business is at and where I want it to go? And I just kept not feeling aligned. I was using my emotional authority in human design, and I just kept getting, no, wait, not this person, Hannah. So I kept just feeling frustrated and alone with the lead generation game. And I was asking my intuition and all of my biz besties, like, isn't there a better way? Where are my people? The number of team calls that I led asking my team, where do you think our ideal clients are? What ideas do you have? Masterminds, other people you look up to, who can you connect me with? I was asking everyone for years, where do you think our pond of ideal clients are? Because I was unwilling to sacrifice my time or energy to go hustle for more leads, right? So some of my biz besties came back and they told me about things like event stacking, where you host a summit with a bunch of people, and then you host a 5-day challenge with those people, and then you host a masterclass because you have all these new people and all these new emails. And I was like, that sounds like a lot of heavy and hard work for me. I even went to an event. I paid for an event called Launch Life, and it was all about, launching into new networks and reaching new people. And I didn't implement any of it because it felt like so much work that wasn't aligned with the way that I wanted to show up, to be honest. So I was plateaued at 6 figures. And because I had gone through all these strategies and I had talked to so many people, I thought maybe it's just my energy game. So I invested $20K more into alignment coaching and getting a personal coach to just help me understand my human design, understand my soul's blueprint, understand how I'm uniquely wired to exchange energy with the world. And I'd spent another $5K on a money class. Just, okay, maybe it's my money mindset. Maybe it just needs to get better at believing, better at receiving, okay? Like the energy of money stuff. I was so willing to just be a sponge, learn, absorb, do the things, even put money into this. And I played the, trust the universe, divine timing. All of that stuff was kind of just being thrown around. I was willing to do it. I was showing up for it. But I realized what I really needed was speed and volume. Yes, I needed to reorient my energy. Yes, I needed someone to learn from. But at the end of the day, the big problem was speed and volume in getting people into my world. So again, I tried so many things over the last several years. I tried hiring an OBM, but it honestly just didn't make sense to me. Every time I would interview an OBM, I didn't understand why I would hire them. So I never went down that route. Maybe you did, and let me know how it went for you. But I delegated my copy. I hired a team. I even tried getting a closer to come in when sales were feeling hard. I was like, okay, maybe I just need someone to close this harder, right? I started a podcast. I thought, okay, if we do a new show, we're going to attract new audience members. We'll get new ears on what we're up to. I was pitching other podcasts and publications. I did feng shui all over my office and my house. I hosted some live events. I understood the, summit game, and I was a guest on some other summits. And I was always trying to come up with new lead magnets, just what's going to be that next sexy thing that's going to get hundreds of new people into my world. All of this I was doing, and still wasn't getting sales calls booked. I needed something that could work and I could repeat over and over. I was sick of just looking for the next shiny object, the next project to take on. I needed something because I was investing a lot and not seeing the ROI. So I was paying a team, but I wasn't paying myself. And I was going into more and more credit card debt every month, telling my husband, okay, we're not quite there yet. I just have to pay the team, keep trusting the universe, but really going into more and more credit card debt for the business. And having honestly seen the inside of all these other gurus' offers and having conversations with them, I was pretty jaded about what was going on and what their strategies were. And I was like, man, they don't even have it. I don't even want to do what they're telling me to do. These strategies there has to be a better way. And then, honestly, seeing inside of everyone else's offers, I was really jaded. I was really disappointed in the solutions that existed and what other people were teaching, because I had tried so many of those things and they didn't feel good and they didn't work for me. And I just finally was like, there's something they're not telling us. Right? I'm telling you, I have been the person out in the field, in the trenches, just committed to doing marketing in a feel-good, feminine, aligned way. But it also needed to work. So let's fast forward to just a couple of weeks ago when I was literally going on vacation with my family, when my team updated me that we had hit a 60K run week. We had finally cracked the code. And I'm telling you, it has taken me years and a lot of investments to start receiving these kinds of messages that I used to see everyone else posting and feeling like, why not me? What am I doing wrong still? So here I am. I'm literally at an airport lounge, just living the dream life. I open up my laptop and I get this message from the team. We have 5 people saying yes to our 12K offer. So that's a 60K run week for us. And I had literally just recorded an hour-long video earlier that week. I open up the email and WhatsApp and I'm seeing new people coming in saying yes, asking for the link to pay. And I was smitten. I was giddy. My husband is just taking pictures of me because I was happy crying. I had finally cracked the code. I was in an airport lounge going on vacation with my family and getting these messages. 60K week. Okay, straight off of the vision board. Do you know how long I have been journaling and just asking the universe for these kinds of breakthroughs? I know what it's like, right? When was the last time that you didn't have to choose between work and family life, where you could literally have it all? Get on a plane knowing the business is growing and doing things for you. And honestly, when is the last time you actually logged off and didn't worry about the business? I know what it's like to say, okay, we're traveling, but my head is going 100 times faster and I'm still checking Slack notifications and I'm still engaging in stuff even when I'm, on the beach, because I can't actually take a vacation. It's not actually like I'm off. So I was only able to step onto this runway and take a good vacation because I had created a business that works for me, not one that traps me inside of it and has a whole bunch of open loops and a lot of things I can't control. But to get here, I had to create something I had never seen before. I told you, I did the market research. I had the cards ready. I wanted other people to help me with this, but I had to be the one to create this solution. I needed an irresistible offer, something I hadn't been able to find anywhere else. I also needed standout messaging. Sure, as a copywriter and having a team of really great marketers and strategists, we had a good personal brand, but our offer, and what we're going to get into today, needed to up level. We needed to elevate. In 2024, things are very different than they were even in 2022. So I needed to create the solutions that I couldn't find for myself. So I took a deep dive into the market and looked at how my role models were hitting 7 figures. These are not the things that you just get into the receptive mode or meditate about, or, get into your human design environment and let the ideas come to you. Yeah. If that's like what you are aligned to download, but I had tried that. And these sort of marketing strategies are not just things that I could come up with on my own. I had to get out of my head and into the world. Really great, just like therapy advice too, by the way. Get out of your head and into the world more, okay? So I started looking at people that I go to regularly. Who are the people who I actually read their emails? Who are the people that I actually watch their YouTube videos? Whose podcasts are actually helpful to me? Why do I keep going to those people? Yes, they have businesses that I desire, but there's other things that they're doing and things that they are not explicitly telling us, that I needed to put on my marketing strategy, market research lens and go out into the world and look at their funnels, look at their social media, look at the way they're messaging things. So I did that market research. And I conducted 5 market research calls with ideal clients. And y'all, it is so easy to get people to say yes to market research calls. I feel like I'm going to be doing this every single quarter because it is like the biggest hack that helps you build a better offer. So like in LinkedIn here, I literally just went to people and I was like, hey, I just want to ask you some things about your current marketing challenges. I know it's a big ask to get time together, but let me know if you're open to doing a market research call. And people were just like, totally happy to help, like no problem. So I got those calls booked with ideal clients. And then I also partnered with a mentor who showed me how to do this. Again, this was someone who I finally found was willing to get in the trenches with me, come into my business and be a thought partner. And now he has helped me understand how we needed to up level our offer. Because when we're in the box, it's so hard to know. Again, even as a marketer, even as a copywriter, when we're in our own box, it's really hard to understand what is being perceived on the outside, what is not working, where are actually people falling off, or where are those like energy leaks. And so he helped me take all of these things that I had been learning, all these things that I've been seeing other people doing, all these things I learned on market research calls, to then build a new full solution offer. So when I was over here, I was just doing what I wanted to do. I was doing my zone of genius things. I was copywriting, I was consulting, I was giving people email marketing, little pieces that I enjoyed and I knew they needed, but they didn't want to do. But I had to help them get to a more specific outcome. In 2024, we needed to become much more results oriented and be able to demonstrate the freedom, the time, the money, the energy, all the things that are coming from working with us as a marketing team. And it had to be very easy for them to see, and it had to work very fast. So we spent months in what I'm calling my cocoon, where we looked at all the problems that I was feeling, that I wasn't getting answers on, that our ideal clients were telling us, and we started to put this puzzle piece together of what are all the things that are going to get us to the desired outcome of 50 to 100K months without sacrificing our time, without getting out of our zone of genius, without having a ton of overhead and just paying marketing people just for the heck of paying them, right? So we built this new offer that I was giddy about, like honestly so impressed that we've been able to put together. So all of that energy and momentum led me back to a similar place. I still needed a way to tell people about this new offer. Now, I was in a position where I had spent the last 2 years connecting with ideal clients on LinkedIn, through my podcast, and at networking events. So it was a slow process to grow and nurture my audience, but I did have several thousand people on my list in my community. But if I could go back in time, I would have been running ads. And this is just my advice to you, because my audience would be much bigger today if I had been consistently running ads. And I know this because I saw this with our client, Leslie. She scaled quickly while she was running ads. It took me 3 years to get to the 60K week, but it only took her 5 months to have a 50K month. And honestly, her numbers would be bigger if she didn't slow down and have some life things. And, okay, great. So Leslie didn't have the audience, so she built it quickly with ads. And like I said, in just 5 months. So if you're watching this and you don't have an audience right now, do not get into the cold DM game. I already know you hate it, so don't worry. You don't have to do that. Stop wasting your time trying to connect slowly when you could be reaching thousands of people in a very short amount of time and seeing big numbers like this. Okay? So the question is, how do we get these people to want to buy from us in a leveraged way? So here you'll see our funnel. Okay. I just pulled this from another training that I've done. You might be familiar with it. It's nothing brand new to you. You understand the value of having like a lead generation funnel, and that there's more people at the top who you connect with. And then you need to nurture and engage people to get them to keep moving forward so that you can make offers, right? There's this whole dating process. You're familiar with it. This is our version. We call it the CEO's funnel because it actually gets you in the position of being a real CEO. So by now you've got an audience, you have people on your list. If you don't, I recommend run ads or do some audience hacking, which is fodder for many more videos I'll be making. But how do we nurture them? How do we get them to take the right actions? Because there were some of these people who were on my list for a long time. I mean, I started an email list 8 years ago. And so there's some people who have been watching for nearly a decade, but they weren't converting. I actually had free money sitting on my list, which I've now learned this week, right? And a lot of people get this wrong, right? A lot of people think that we just need to grow an audience and then everything will work. So you just need to run ads, or you just need to do a summit, get more people on your list, or you'll go hire an agency or a VA to book calls for you, do appointment setting for you. Or you're doing old school lead generation where you're sharing some generic lead magnet and just hoping, okay, over time, enough people will go through this lead generation funnel and magically decide they want to become a client. But these are very cold people. So you put out a lot of effort for a very low return. I know what it's like, where you put out a bunch of effort or you do a big launch and you get sales calls, but they're very hard to convert because they don't love and trust you yet. So please stop running webinars. There are so many. You don't need to be doing in-person events. They get really expensive. And you don't have to be doing launches. If you've heard me talk about launches before, they just make me cringe because a launch is literally watching NASA put years of expertise and millions of dollars into a rocket ship that we all sit around and cross our fingers on. One day it's going to work. And then a lot of times it blows up in our face. So don't do launches. If you're hanging out with me, we're not going to do launches. Because you work so hard and you put a lot of your resources into something that bring back low profit margins and uncertain sales. I know what it's like to put together a Kajabi funnel and have 100 people go through it and get one client. And then you're like, why did I do all of that? Like, is it even worth it? So even when you do host awesome events, this is one of our clients who, she hosted an event, she got 2 new members into it, and she's like, I'll take it. But then we ask ourselves again, can I do this again next month? Right? It's not the kind of like, let's keep going, excited energy that started our business or what we thought it was going to be like to be an entrepreneur. So we get back into that crippling fear and anxiety of overwhelm. Even after you get these good clients, great, okay, yay. But now you have so much to do. You got to actually work with those people for a year, right? So the money lands in your account, but then it goes out so fast. And I know the feeling of being like, okay, great, we got some new clients in, the money lands in my Stripe account, and then where did it go? It's like I don't even feel that like abundance of yay, new money's coming in anymore, because you are like paying for your OBM or your assistant or all these other things. I have one client who has a host that gives people a retreat. So we know that delivering costs money, and where does it go all the time? So we realize you don't know where your next client is coming from, and you don't know if you can do the things that got you these clients again. We get that, dang, FML. How am I going to keep doing this? And then we go back to that question of, isn't there a better way? And you guys, it's not your fault, okay? So many of these bro marketers and hustle culture gurus have taught us a method that screws us over. They have us hustling aggressively while they continue scaling with ease. There is a disconnect. This is what I'm telling you from my market research. There are things they are not telling us, right? So if we do the same exercise, you think up to the people that you look up to. Ask yourself, are they out there hustling for leads? Are they checking everyone who got their lead magnet? Are they sitting here and attached to their phone? No, we see them living the dream life that you want. They're spending time with their family. They're going on vacations. But here you are. You don't remember the last time you went to the beach. You don't remember the last time you spent quality time with your family. Your kids are always like, coming into your office, and you're always like, okay, just one more thing, right? Because you're trying to figure all of this out. You're trying to keep all the balls in the air. You're making all these connection calls, and you're still stuck at the same 6-figure plateau. So where this leaves us is that you're working a job rather than owning a business. And this is when I realized I needed to do something differently. I needed something that gets me sales calls and Stripe notifications while I'm sitting in an airport lounge waiting to catch a flight and go on vacation with the people I love most in the world. So the other reason why I'm so excited to be sharing all of this with you is because this was my vision board, okay? So I'm from Wisconsin, and my husband, Mac, here, and we moved to Mexico 3 years ago. And this is my brother. He is one of my favorite humans in the world, but he's in a PhD program far, far away. And so when he told me that he was going to be a 3-hour flight away from me in Mexico, I booked the flight. I paid for our Airbnbs. I was like, these are the vision board moments that I want to be available for. So my husband and we booked a last minute flight. We got over to Guadalajara. We got an Airbnb with Jake and his girlfriend, and we ate my favorite fish tacos in the world. I am telling you, this was on my vision board. My husband and I even made YouTube videos about this taco place, and to take my brother there and to see him in the world, experiencing Mexico, not having to worry, we paid for the Airbnb. We were just there to be with him. This is, in everyone, right? A whole family affair here. This is when my why became so lit up, because there is a way to master marketing that allows you to live in the overflow, to be that queen who says yes and is generous and has the time and the money to go do the things that really light you up. Okay. So I had to throw out the old way. And I decided to learn everything I could about evergreen marketing and appointment setting. I didn't want to get into launches. I didn't want to get into events. I didn't want to have to do in-person things. I wanted something evergreen that I could do from airport lounges. Okay. So as you know, since I already had an audience, I mastered the art of writing high converting sales letters. And I recorded it and sent the video to my audience. Okay. So this is where, this is the secret. This is the 50-minute video I sent out. I recorded it once. I sent out, I got 5 yeses. And so many gurus would tell you to hide your price. I didn't hide mine. In this video, I gave them everything they needed. People were responding, some of them had to add this to their vision board, but other people are saying thank you. So I told them my fee is $12K. And if they want to work with me, to let me know, right? Their next step was to email me, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And I was honestly shocked when I just put this out there in full transparency, how many people were willing to move forward with me. Look at this email here, right? Yes, Hannah, hi, Hannah. Yes, I'm interested. Can we catch up on the details? I'm curious about tech and process. So this person was already sold on the whole thing, just had some technical questions. Yes, of course. Let's do that. Right. And this is the giddy, back to the airport lounge. I want you to actually see and feel this, because I had meditated on it. I had visualized about it, but I hadn't actually had these pictures, and thank my husband for seeing, the dream life is real life moment, because people were finally seeing my true value. I didn't even need to get on a sales call with some of these people because they were just resonating. I had never felt more valued in my life as an entrepreneur. The fact that people actually respected me and understood my service and saw the value immediately had me happy crying. And by the way, if you want to be taken seriously as a thought leader, and this is again a whole nother video, but this sort of magnetism and energy and conviction is essential for marketing from now on. You definitely want to feel like a thought leader. Don't be faking that queen energy. Okay. You actually have to have some of these experiences to really feel it. Okay. But now I need to meet you where you're at, because I know you're probably watching and thinking, Hannah, I have no audience. No one likes my content. I'm seeing crickets on the gram. Growth is super slow. I can't get anyone interested in my offer. So what do I do now? Great. I got you. Okay. Number 1, elevate your offer. If you don't know how to do this, read some books. Okay, these are some really helpful books. This one especially by Alex Hormozi, 100 Million Offers, How to Make Offers So Good People Feel Stupid Saying No. This changed my life. This is one that my mentor has been walking me through one-on-one, because it's a great book and you've got to implement, because it will change your life too. Other books like 10X is easier than 2X, right? Whatever you need to do to study and learn the strategies of having a quantum leap, right? And not just the energy of it. Yes, do all of that. Believe, meditate, visualize, journal, tap, do all those tools. I do it too. But we need to be willing to look at the strategies of people who are doing what we want to do. Big businesses, look up the ladder. Now, if you've already read these books and you've tried this in the past, I get it. You don't want to waste your time or effort, and you can come and work with us at Dream Life is Real Life. We've now worked with over 12 coaches in this capacity, and we'll literally build your offer with you on a call so that you can start selling something that's high ticket and a no-brainer. You can start putting out 10, 25K offers and have people emailing you back and just saying, yeah, let's talk about the tech. Okay? So up level your offer. Be willing to do the things you don't see in the marketplace. Be willing to give your gifts. Be willing to create a unique value proposition. Coaches, okay, now I'm getting on another soapbox, but I want you to know over and over, the ways that you were marketing your business, even in 2022, are not going to work in 2024 and beyond. There are so many people selling health, selling freedom, selling energy, selling the things that you sell. So please get on this train and enhance your offer to be actually a unique value. Not just because you're awesome, but find the ways that you actually solve all the problems for your ideal clients, so that you can go out feeling giddy like I was, feeling just overjoyed that you have truly the full solution, truly the thing they cannot find anywhere else, so that you can go and build your audience. And we want to choose a platform where you can grow fast, gain leads, and engage with prospects. So even though I personally resisted it, and I know what you're going to say about social media, okay, here's the truth. There are billions of people using the platform every single day. We just need to get better at our strategy, so it doesn't feel like you're putting in a bunch of effort to not get anything back. You can get things back in 20-fold if you show up to social media in the right way. Okay. I told you, I did it wrong for several years. I was just using LinkedIn, email, and podcasting, and the growth was way too slow to see the kind of numbers that I desired. We need to get new people to your account every single day, and platforms like LinkedIn and email just don't allow that. They're just not built for that kind of everyday, hundreds of eyeballs, new energy coming in. So what you can do to make sure that you're achieving this and you have new energy coming in is just put a small budget to ads. Because like I told you, this big shift was huge when I realized on LinkedIn, I could only make 100 new connections a week. When I did the market research on my competitors, I found out that they were connecting with 1,000 new people a week. 1,000. We can even be like more conservative. And I'll tell you, they're getting at least 300 new impressions every single day. Right? 1,000, just go look at the people who have millions of followers. They're running ads. They're getting new eyeballs to themselves. I'll break down the math in another time if you want me to. But I'm just telling you, it's not about one post going viral or one event doing the whole thing. You need energy. This is like the prana. This is like the life force. And ads are a simple way to get you out of the bottleneck, because if it's just you manually connecting with people on LinkedIn or manually connecting with people on whatever platform you choose, you run into limits. Let this be the year of limitlessness and put a small ad budget so that you're getting at least 300 new people to see your content every single week. Then what you're going to start to feel and see, you position yourself as someone who owns a base of raving fans who keep coming back to you because you're the thought leader and you own your audience. This is everything. Having an audience is everything. And in 2024, the best coaches have a growing audience and they're looked up to like the thought leader, and they position their ads, and this is for you, not to sell something, but to just get attention. Okay. And these are our attraction funnels. Okay. So we have content and ads in our attraction funnel here, which are positioned to literally just say, come ahead, connect, like, follow. You don't have anything to sell in your ads. So this way we have new energy coming to you and they're magnetized to your personal brand. So you don't have to be pitching yourself, DMing, or hosting elaborate collab events to get in front of new people. We just need to build an audience, and we use our attraction ad funnel to be connecting. So then once you start connecting with people, we need to nurture them. We need to get them engaged. And again, content is a big piece of nurturing your audience, because you all know that there's no shortage of content, especially with AI these days. There's going to be so much more noise out there. So just get used to it. The way around it is video. And this is why I committed myself to mastering video sales letters, and why we had a 60K week is because of video. I wasn't relying on long form content or a certain event for you to come to and then experience my magic, but I was leveraging video sales letters to nurture my audience. And so this is part of our CEO's funnel. I just want you to see this graphic. But do you get the value of video? Do you know how it's going to set you apart from AI? Do you know how it actually lets people feel your energy and actually get your communication across? Again, I tried as a copywriter to use long form and to use blogs and to use websites, but the proof is in the pudding that one video in 1 week converts so much faster than all those other mechanisms. So how do we do the video? How do we put the video together? Well, we give them the exact solution they have been looking for. Don't hold things back that you would only tell your clients. These are things I used to only tell my clients, but now I'm putting it out here for all of you to see, because I want you to trust me. I want you to actually be able to experience my expertise and magic. And I'm sick of trying to make it like a marketing slogan, right? So we're thinking about where our people are coming from. We're thinking about what they told us on our market research calls, and we're giving them the answers. We're giving them real value. So all you have to do is listen to your ideal clients, or even listen to current clients, and start letting people know what you know. So you literally, to make a video sales letter, you literally just need to sit in front of your camera and start talking. Again, people are like, how do I do it? Like all the tech, you guys, look at this. It is a untitled Google Doc, Loom video, and I'm just telling you everything I know. Don't let the tech overwhelm you. So you're educating your audience on your expertise and solving their problems. Again, this goes back to thought leadership. So here I was. This is, again, the same video that we've been using. And I just let them know, hey, these are the things I'm hearing from you. And I walked them through our solution and I made offers, which is step number 4, making offers and enrolling them easily. So because my audience has been pre-sold on my wisdom, my energy, and through my video content, and they have seen why I built this solution and all the components to the offer, and this is a 50-minute video I sent them, now it's their idea. The ball is in their court. I'm not convincing, I'm not forcing. They even knew the price, everything. So that all I would have to do is jump on sales calls. This is what makes it also evergreen. One video I shoot, 50 minutes, and I sent it, okay, 60K. That's why you're here. You already know that. So I get on, so this is the whole idea for you too, is that these videos are going to have people booking calls with you, and it's going to feel much more like an enrollment call than a sale. And if you're feeling like, how do I get this out there? Who do I even send this to? How do I even get there? Then come and work with us, okay? We literally give you people to tell you what to put in your video content. We literally give you scripts and talking points so that you really do just have to show up and talk like I'm talking, but it's going to be your expertise and your voice, and you're going to be sharing the things that you're most passionate about. And then if you're worried about getting this, into people's DMs, or you're worried about following up with them, come and work with us. We have appointment setters that we have appointment setters who are trained sales professionals who we match make with you and can run these conversations so that you're literally just showing up to the sales calls, to the Stripe notifications. And if you're worried about closing even, good news, a lot of times you don't even need to take the sales calls, because like this person, Jen, I sent her the video and she emailed me back a yes just after having seen the video. She didn't need a sales call. I just sent her the contract and payment link from the airport lounge, and she paid while I was in the air. Here, you can see it. I send the video on Monday. Wednesday, great, I'm gonna watch it. Wednesday night, let's do it. Woohoo, I'm sending her the next steps, contract, payment, she's in. This is how 60K run weeks stack up, because she knew me through my content. Because she was in my audience, I had connected with her. And if you don't have an audience yet, then grow one in the ways that I talked about here, growing your audience, and then literally giving them video sales letters that answer all of their questions, that outline your unique offer, your unique value proposition, because you're going to up-level your offer. And then you're going to share all of that with them, nurture them so that they enroll. Okay? This is how we're getting yeses. It's truly by showing up and shining, being in my zone of genius, being willing to be the full solution, and being brave enough and courageous enough to share it. But all of this came because I had the strategy. All of this came because I had the willingness. All of this came because I solved their problems, and you can do the same. It just takes a willingness to enhance your offer. Number 1, let's go back. Number 1, elevate your offer. Go read these books. Number 2, build your audience. If you don't have people, then put a small budget to ads. If you do have people, then start sharing this new offer with them. Educate and nurture them with your video sales letter. Send this to people in your audience, contacts. Even if you have 10 people on your email list, awesome. Let them all know with your new video sales letter, so that step 4, you can enroll them easily because they are feeling pre-sold. This is the approach. No more bait and switch, no more bro marketing, just truly showing up, solving their problems, and letting them know your solution. So if you want to go ahead and do this on your own, then by all means, go ahead and book those market research calls, get those books that I recommended, and start putting this together for yourself. But if you do not have time to be fumbling around and reading more books and trying to piecemeal this together, then book a call with us. Either me or someone from my team will sit down with you and make sure that you have all of these puzzle pieces in place. First, we'll help you build an irresistible offer, something that your audience actually wants and sets you apart from everyone else in your marketplace. Not just, put something together for the people who are in front of you right now, but actually creating an irresistible offer for your right profitable piece of the market. Something that's a no-brainer to ideal clients who can afford you and joyful for you to deliver on. So we'll also make sure that all of your work is aligned with your human design in the way that you are uniquely positioned to exchange energy with the world and be a thought leader. Then we'll discuss how to position yourself, where to be connecting, and how to be making offers. You can book that next getaway in abundance so that you know you're getting yeses, so that you can show up from a true place of abundance, not, I need to make this work. It's time to lean into that dream life and really start showing up as the queen CEO and visionary that you are. You just need to make sure that you have the right foundation beneath you, and that's what we can help you build and hone. Now, go ahead and book a call with us if this is resonating, and we so look forward to helping you build your irresistible offer that aligns with your dream life, so you can start sending out video sales letters, getting yeses in airport lounges, and living your dream life from a true place of abundance as a queen CEO, as a visionary, as that leader of your family who is creating the memories and the experiences that you desire for your people in your real life, for your clients in your programs, for your team. We rise together. Let's get this part right first and foremost.